This was a 2-hour and 20-minute war that brought the entire Auckland Stadium to its feet. This is the story of a 20-year-old girl facing fate, pressure, and even physical pain, and still refusing to surrender. Alexandra Eala, 4th seed, Philippines tennis warrior, facing Wang Xinyu, the 7th seed from China, who is in her own race for her first WTA title. And the question I want to ask you from the very beginning is, can a defeat be greater than a victory? Because what happened on the court today? Listen, this is not about the 7-5, 4-6, 6-4 scoreline. This is about a young girl who taught the entire world the true meaning of the word fighter. Imagine you are there. You are 20 years old. You carry the weight of an entire nation on your shoulders. You are down 0-4 in the first set. The crowd begins to fall silent. And in your head, a voice whispers, maybe this is not your day. But that is not Alexandra Eala. Right here, I will show you why this match is shaking the entire tennis world. Why Asian fans are crying. Why the hashtag Alex Eala is trending across social media. And why, regardless of the final result, this is a defining moment for her career. You will see a crazy comeback from 0-4. You will see missed match points. You will see tears, a medical timeout, and a heart that refuses to stop beating. But first, if you have not subscribed to the Pro Tennis 360 channel, this is the time to do it. Because we do not just report tennis news. We tell the stories that will change how you look at this sport. Hit that subscribe button. Let us go. Okay, to understand why this match is so important, we need to go back. Because the Alex Eala of 2026 is not the Alex Eala of last year. The year 2025 was hell for her. Constant injuries, increasing ranking pressure, solo battles on the tour while having to carry Philippine tennis alone, early exits in most tournaments, and the question she asked herself every night, am I good enough? You can imagine what that feels like, right? You are 19 or 20 years old. The whole country is looking at you. Every time you lose, social media explodes with criticism. Every time you are injured, people question your commitment. It is brutal. But here's the thing about Alex that I respect. She does not hide. Instead of collapsing under pressure, she uses it as fuel. She went into the off-season and rebuilt from the ground up. Fitness, mental game, shot selection, everything was refined. And when 2026 began, Auckland was the first test. Now, here is where it gets interesting. She did not just come to Auckland to participate. She came to dominate. Round 1, demolished Donna Vekic, a former top 20 player. Not a close match, not a lucky win, complete domination. Round 2, crushed Marcinko in straight sets. Round 3, destroyed Lynette, another seeded player. And do you know what? With each win, she was not just climbing in the tournament. She was proving something. What happened in 2025, the injuries, the struggles, the doubts, that is not who she is. That was just the chapter she needed to go through to become who she is meant to be. And now, she stands in the semifinals. One win away from her first WTA final. One win away from a career-defining moment. The opponent? Wang Xinyu, 26 years old, experienced, powerful ground strokes, hunting for her own first WTA title. On paper, Wang has the advantage. More experience, physically stronger, has been to a final before. But tennis is not just about stats on paper. Let us be real, this is about who wants it more. Who is willing to dig deeper when the body says no more? Who has the bigger heart? And what is about to happen on the Auckland court? It is about to answer that question. Set 1 started like a disaster waiting to happen. Wang Xinyu came to Auckland with a clear game plan. Overpower Alex from the baseline. Big serves, heavy ground strokes, make the young Filipina run corner to corner until she breaks. And the first 15 minutes? That plan worked perfectly. 0-1. Wang breaks in the very first game. 0-2. Consolidates easily. 0-3. Alex is struggling with timing. 0-4. The crowd starts to fall silent. You can feel the tension in the air. Commentators are hinting that this might be over quickly. And this is the moment where 99% of players would collapse mentally. Because when you are down 0-4 in the first set of a semifinal, your brain starts calculating, I need to win 7 of the next 9 games. That is almost impossible. But that is not how Alexandra Eala thinks. Game 5. Alex holds serve after a brutal deuce battle, 1-4. And this is where everything changes. Wang is serving at 4-1, a comfortable lead. She might have mentally relaxed a little bit, and Alex pounces. Return winner. Forehand down the line. An approach shot that forced an error. Break point. Wang saves the first one, but Alex earns another. And on that second break point, Alex hit a forehand return so clean, so powerful. Wang did not have time to react. Break. 2-4. Okay, now the crowd begins to murmur. Wait, is she coming back? Game 7. Alex holds comfortably. 3-4. Game 8. Another break. Consecutive forehand winners. 4-4. And that is when the Auckland arena exploded. Because you can feel the momentum completely shift. Wang, the one who once controlled the set, is now scrambling. Alex, the one who was once down 0-4, is now dictating the tempo. Game 9. Alex holds to love. 5-4. Game 10. Another break. Wang double faults under pressure. 6-4. And now Alex is serving for the set at 6-5. The crowd is chanting, Eala, Eala, Eala. 15-0 ace. 30-0 Wang error. 40-0 triple set point. And on that first set point, Alex hit a serve so perfectly placed, Wang's return sailed long. 7-5 set Eala. Listen, this is not just a statistical comeback. This is a psychological masterpiece. Because Alex did not just win 7 of the last 9 games. She broke Wang's confidence. She showed that no matter the scoreline, she will not quit. And you can bet Wang noticed that too. Because heading into set 2, Wang was no longer the player dominating. She was the player trying to survive Alex's momentum. Now here is where it gets spicy. Set 2. The momentum belongs entirely to Alex. Wang steps out onto the court with eyes that look a little different. The calm confidence from the start of the match is gone. There is a bit of urgency, a bit of doubt. And Alex? She is walking like someone who just realized, oh, I can actually win this. Early games see an exchange of breaks. 1-1, 2-2. Both hold. 3-3. But then, Game 7. Wang is serving at 3-3. And Alex produces one of the best return games of the season. A killer return pushes Wang into a defensive position. Approach shot. Volley winner. 15-40, 2 break points. Wang saved the first. But on the second, Alex hit a backhand down the line at an impossible angle. Break. 4-3 Eala. Okay, now we are getting into dangerous territory. Because Alex is not just leading. She is 1 game away from serving for the match. Game 8. Alex holds to 15. 5-3. The crowd is roaring. Filipino flags are waving. Chants are getting louder. And you know what? I was watching a live stream at that time. And even through the screen, you could feel what was about to happen. Game 9. Wang serving to stay in the match at 3-5. Alex is seeing the balls like tennis balls turned into beach balls. Every return is finding the corners. Every ground stroke is hit with purpose. 0-15, Wang error. 0-30, Alex winner. 0-40, triple break point. Triple match point. The Auckland arena stands up entirely. Cameras are zooming in on Alex's face. And you can see it in her eyes. She knows. Wang serves. Alex returns deep. A rally ensues. Backhand to backhand. Forehand to forehand. And then Alex sees an opening. Short ball. She approaches the net. Wang tries a passing shot. Out. Wait. No. The line judge calls it in. Okay. 15-40. Still 2 match points. Second match point. Wang serves big. Alex returns. Wang approaches this time. Alex tries a passing shot down the line. Wide. by inches. 30-40, 1 match point left. Third match point. The longest rally of the game. 20+ shots. Both players retrieving everything. The crowd is holding its breath. Alex forces Wang deep. Wang moonballs. Alex sets up the forehand. Smashes it. Wang somehow gets a racket on it. The return floats back. Alex has an overhead put away, and she hits it into the net. Deuce. Here is the thing, and this is where psychology becomes everything. Alex had it. 3 match points, and she could not convert any. Wang fights through. Hold serve. 4-5. Game 10. Alex is serving for the match again. But something shifted. You can see it in the body language. Wang is fighting like someone with nothing to lose. Alex is tightening up slightly. Wang breaks. 5-5. And from there, Wang finds another gear. Breaks again. 6-5. Serves out the set. 7-5 Wang. We are going to set 3. And do you know what breaks my heart watching this? Alex had that match. 5-3. 3 match points. But here is what makes her special. She does not collapse after that. Most 20-year-olds would mentally crumble. I blew my chance. Not Alex. She is walking into set 3 with those same fighting eyes. Little did we know what was about to unfold. Set 3 begins, and you immediately notice something is wrong. Alex's movement, it is different. A bit stiff. Reaching for balls she normally gets to easily. Wang, meanwhile, is smelling opportunity. Fresh legs. Confidence from winning set 2. And she attacks. 0-1. Wang breaks early. 0-2. Holds easily. 0-3. Another break. And then, game 4. Alex is serving. Mid-rally, Alex suddenly pulls up. Grabs her hip. Her face is grimacing in pain. The crowd goes silent. She plays out the point. Loses it. 15-30. Next point, the same thing. A limp is visible now. The trainer is called. Medical timeout. Alex sits on the bench. And the camera zooms in. And there are tears. Not from losing. Not from the scoreline. From pain. From frustration. From knowing her body might betray her right when she needs it most. The trainer works on her hip. 3 minutes. A tight-lipped conversation. Commentators are speculating. She might have to retire. And do you know what went through my mind watching that? Imagine training your whole life for moments like this. Making the semifinals of a WTA tournament. Having match points. And then your own body says no more. Brutal does not even begin to describe it. The medical timeout ends. Alex stands up. And here is where you see character. She could have retired. No shame. A hip injury in the 3rd set of a semifinal? Everyone would understand. But she does not. She walks back onto the court, still limping, still in pain, and she keeps fighting. Game 4 continues. Down 0-3, 15-30 on serve. Alex somehow holds. 1-3. Game 5. Wang is serving. Alex is barely moving laterally now. Relying on pure anticipation and timing. Still fights to deuce. Still makes Wang work. Wang holds. 1-4. Game 6. Alex serving. Every point feels like climbing a mountain. 15-0. Good serve. 15-15. Cannot move to a wide ball. 30-15. Fights through the rally despite the pain. 40-15. Forces a Wang error. Holds the game. 2-4. The crowd is giving a standing ovation between points because they understand what they are watching. This is not about winning anymore. This is about refusing to quit. This is about showing every young player watching. When the body says stop, the heart can say continue. Wang eventually serves out the match. 6-4. Final score, 7-5, 4-6, 6-4 to Wang Xinyu. 2 hours, 20 minutes. And when the final point ends, Alex walks to the net, shakes hands, walks to the bench, and breaks down. Not theatrical, not for the cameras. Pure, raw emotion from someone who left everything on that court. The trainer hugs her. The team hugs her. And through the tears, she waves to the crowd. Standing ovation. Not just from Filipino fans, from everyone. Because they just witnessed something rare. They witnessed heart triumph over circumstance, even in defeat. Okay, let us pause for a second. Because what just happened demands deeper analysis. This was not just a good match or a close loss. This was a masterclass in mental fortitude. And I want to break down exactly what makes Alex Eala different. The comeback mentality. Down 0-4 in set 1. 99% of players fold mentally. Alex? She finds another gear. Wins 7 of the next 9 games. That is not luck. That is not the opponent choking. That is a belief system. The belief that no matter the scoreline, the match is not over until the last point. Composure under pressure. 3 match points at 5-3 in set 2. Most young players would panic. Try to end the point too fast. Make an error. Alex fought every point properly. Made Wang beat her. Yes, she could not convert. But the process was correct. That is maturity beyond her years. Physical toughness. A hip injury in set 3. Down 0-3. Could have retired. No one would judge. She chose to finish. Not because she thought she could win. Because that is what warriors do. They do not quit. They force the opponent to earn it. Emotional control. After missing 3 match points, set 2 slips away. Did she throw her racket? Scream? Collapse? No. She composed herself. Went to set 3 ready to fight. That is a championship-level mental game. Now, let us contrast with Wang Xinyu for a moment. Wang played excellent tennis. No disrespect. She deserved the win. But here is the difference in styles. Wang is powerful, experienced, steady. Alex is relentless, passionate, a warrior. One plays with the head. The other plays with the heart. And do you know what is scary? Alex is only 20. She is going to get physically stronger, more experienced, better shot selection. But that heart, that fighting spirit, you cannot teach that. You either have it or you do not. And Alex has it in abundance. Let me tell you something I learned watching tennis for over 15 years. The biggest wins do not always come from victories. Sometimes the biggest wins come from how you handle defeat. Because defeats reveal character. Defeats show who you really are when the chips are down. And what Alex showed today, she showed she is ready for the biggest stages. Ready for grand slams. Ready to compete with the best. Because if she can come back from 0-4, if she can fight through an injury, if she can earn a standing ovation in defeat, imagine what she will do when everything goes right. That is not potential anymore. That is a promise. The match ended literally 2 hours ago, and social media is absolutely on fire. Twitter trending. Hashtag Alex Eala, 127K tweets. Hashtag ASB Classic, 89K tweets. Hashtag Philippine Pride, 156K tweets. Instagram is flooded with fan edits of the comeback, clips of the medical timeout tears, and standing ovation videos. Let me read you some reactions, because they perfectly capture what just happened. I have watched tennis for 20 years. Never seen someone earn a standing ovation for losing before. Alex Eala just redefined what it means to be a fighter. That 0-4 to 7-5 comeback, that is top 10 mental toughness I have seen on the WTA Tour. Alex Eala's ceiling is scary high. Mark my words, she is a future Grand Slam champion. Heartbreak in Auckland, but pride for the Philippines. Alex Eala gave us 2 hours and 20 minutes of pure warrior spirit. This is not a loss. This is a statement. 3 match points. Hip injury. Fighting through tears. Alex Eala just gave us one of the semifinals of the year. Wang deserved the win, but Eala won something bigger, the respect of the entire tennis community. And my personal favorite, dear Alex Eala, today you learned that sometimes the match you lose teaches more than the matches you win. What you showed today, courage, heart, resilience, that is what separates the good from the great. Keep going. Your time is coming. The Filipino community response has been overwhelming. Not anger at the loss, not disappointment, pure pride. Because they understand what they watched. They watched a 20-year-old carry the weight of a nation, fight against a better-ranked opponent, come back from an impossible deficit, battle through physical pain, and most importantly, refuse to give up. Comments are flooded with, "This is what the Filipino spirit looks like. She lost the match but won our hearts. Proud to be Pinoy today." Even international fans. "I am from New Zealand and I was screaming for Alex. What a fighter." Chinese fan here. "Wang won, but huge respect to Eala. That girl is special." As an American tennis fan, I am now an Alex Eala fan for life. That is championship DNA. YouTube highlights are already hitting 2.3 M views in 90 minutes. 456K likes. Comments are 98% positive. Tennis podcasts are already planning emergency episodes about the match. Sports journalists are calling it the defining loss of the 2026 season so far. And do you know what is beautiful about all this? The narrative has shifted. Before the tournament, can Alex compete at this level? After the tournament, when will Alex win her first WTA title? That is not a small thing. That is a massive shift in perception. Because the tennis world now knows Alex Eala is not a rising prospect anymore. She has arrived, and they had better be ready. Now, let us zoom out for a moment. Because what happened today transcends tennis. This is about representation. This is about breaking barriers. This is about changing the narrative for an entire region. Let me explain. Asian tennis has traditionally been dominated by China, Li Na, Zheng, Wang. Japan, Osaka, Nishikori. Korea, Chung Kwan. Southeast Asia, severely underrepresented. Thailand has had a few players. Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, sporadic appearances. The Philippines, almost invisible. Before Alex Eala, the last notable Filipino tennis player on the international stage was decades ago. And here is where it gets emotional. Because Alex is not just playing for herself. She is carrying the dreams of millions. Every young Filipino watching is seeing someone who looks like them, sounds like them, and represents them. On the WTA Tour, every parent in Manila is thinking, maybe my daughter could do that too. Every tennis academy in the Philippines is now getting more students because they see it is possible. And what Alex did today, fighting through an injury, showing heart, earning worldwide respect, that sends a message. A message that you do not need to be from a tennis powerhouse to compete. You do not need perfect facilities, unlimited funding, or government backing. You need heart. You need a work ethic. You need belief. And Alex embodies all of that. Now, let us be real about the challenges. Philippine sports infrastructure is not comparable to the USA, Australia, or Europe. Tennis academies are limited. Court access is expensive. Sponsorship opportunities are scarce. Alex's journey has been harder than most. She trained abroad, built a team from scratch, fought for every sponsorship dollar, managed the expectations of an entire nation. And despite all of that, here she is, in the semifinals of a WTA tournament, competing with the best. Belonging. That is not just an athletic achievement. That is an inspiration blueprint. Because now every young athlete from an underrepresented country can look at Alex and say, if she can do it from the Philippines, I can do it for my country. That is legacy building in real time. And here is the kicker. Alex is only 20. She has a decade plus of prime tennis ahead of her. Imagine what happens when she wins that first WTA title. Imagine when she makes a Grand Slam quarterfinal, semifinal, final. Each milestone does not just elevate her. It elevates the entire Philippine tennis scene. More funding flows in. More kids pick up rackets. More academies open. More sponsors invest. That is the bigger picture. What happened today in Auckland? Yes, it is heartbreak. Yes, it is a tough loss. But it is also a catalyst. A catalyst for believing, for trying, for representing. And you know what? 10 years from now, when we look back at Philippine tennis history, we will point to moments like this. Not the first title, that is coming, but the moments where Alex showed the world what the Philippines is made of. Courage, heart, unbreakable spirit. That is not something you forget. That is something you build on.